All right, I'm gonna show what we did in class on Wednesday, just in case you were absent. Is we were graphing complex numbers. So with a complex number, we have a real part and an imaginary part. On the graph, what we're gonna do is instead of being x and y, it's gonna be real and imaginary. So this has 3 on the real, so I go over 3 on the real, and 2 on the imaginary, so I go 2 on the imaginary, and that's where that point is located. If I have something that's minus, this is still 7 on the real, so I go to 7 on the real, and negative 2 on the imaginary. So that's that point. Negative 5 plus 2i, negative 5 on the real, and 2 on the imaginary. So that's really it. That's all that we were doing with graphing these points. Now what I'll also do is I'll give you points and I'll ask you where it's located. So I'll put one right here and call this A, put one here and call it B and C. So what we would do is we would say A is 8 on the real plus 7 on the imaginary. So that's where A is located. B is 5 on the real minus, because it's going down, 2 on the imaginary. So like that. C is negative 2 on the real and positive 5 on the imaginary. Every once in a while you will get one that's on the axes. So this has 0 real parts. You could put 0 real. I'm gonna call this D. But you don't have to because it's 0. So all we would put was 3i. If it's just on the real part, this is 7 on the real. I'm gonna call this E. We would just put 7. It doesn't have an imaginary part. So that's really all we did on Wednesday.